I'm gonna call out. Just do the step thingy.
Yeah, he's gonna have to burn one. Merrick disappears out of the water, and he appears behind Percival. Leans over your shoulder and says, "What are you looking at?" Marjorie, you're the only one. Do you have an irrational fear of water in your past?
Yeah, I was. The notebook. Can't get the notebook wet.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take my robe off, revealing my standard issue cleric underwear.
Yeah. It's got 2 crosses on the bra.
That's right. That's right. And I'm gonna put all the important little items and wrap around, my robe and hold it above my head and start slowly going into the water.
Okay. You reach here, and the water is at your waist.
And I tell everyone, turn around, gentlemen. Well, maybe except Baltan, because he has a staff.
Yeah. Baltan, are you going to position yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. Marjorie?
All right, I'm going to start swimming.
Okay. Are you going to try to keep it up out of the water
Yes,
and swim with one arm against this current? Okay.
that's right.
Okay. You're swimming with one less arm, so roll survival at disadvantage, please. Was that at disadvantage?
No.
No.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry. How do I do disadvantage?
Right-click it,
Oh,
and then click.
gotcha.
There you go.
Well, can I
You just
roll
roll
again
another
and keep
time?
17?
Yeah.
Aw, can I keep my first one?
No. Disadvantage is the lowest.
No. Disadvantage is always the lowest roll.
Yeah. It's
Okay,
roll 2, pick the lowest.
You're being swept away by the current. Baltan, what we doing?
I'm gonna reach out with the staff to try to catch your hands there.
Okay, you're gonna have to go in here, and that's about up to your waist. Are you gonna yell because everybody else is turned around?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll
Kirkendall,
say grab on.
Kirkendall, you gonna turn around? Merrick does. He rushes to your side and grabs your waist.
Yeah. I'm going in.
Yeah. Okay. Are you grabbing Merrick?
Yep.
I'm
Okay.
gonna start shouting unhelpful things from shore.
Making it look like you're helping.
Okay. Baltan. Athletics.
So, alright.
Yeah, just swim better.
And then Merrick's gonna roll athletics. Uh-oh. Merrick's grip is pretty loose. Okay. Kirkendall.
Oh, Kirkendall.
When you roll athletics, do not roll very high. Roll mid.
Yes, because Frank's dice always
Oh,
dies.
shit. Okay. You jerk Merrick and you back. Merrick loses his grip on Baltan. Baltan, I need a dexterity save. Marjorie, you still got the staff.
Good.
That's not enough. He pulls you a little bit deeper into the water. I now need a survival check on you, please.
On me as well?
No, on Baltan.
Oh.
Okay, you managed to keep your footing in the mud. All right? Merrick dashes back forward. He's going to try athletics again.
The world's shittiest monk.
Yeah, no joke, man. He keeps rolling like
Having a bad
garbage.
day.
Oh my god, he's just barely holding on to you. Kirkendall,
Yeah.
what you doing?
Shit, can I reach them?
Yes.
Going in. What do I
Okay.
need to roll?
Athletics. Don't roll super high.
Please be something reasonable. There you go.
Okay, that's enough to stabilize the chain. And with this roll, you guys kind of do this. And she floats to the shore.
And I say easy peasy.
Okay, everybody's out of the water. Everybody's wet and everything. Lucian, what were you doing? Yelling crazy things from the shore?
Yes, I prescribe swim lessons when we return to town for all of
Lucian,
you.
You hear a hiss come from below your feet.
Is it like at my feet or like am I standing on a rock and it's below?
You're standing on a rock and it's below you.
Okay. What's the distance? Like
Just a couple, just like 5-6 feet.
Ooh. Okay. So I'm gonna go. Oh no! And kind of like startled and like stutter step, I guess, like tiptoes back,
Yep.
and I'm gonna go. It's a venomous snake.
Okay. The hawk notices you jump back. And the hawk sees the snake. The hawk flies down. And let's see how he does. And he decimates the snake completely. That hawk ripped the shit out of that snake. That was a good hit. Sometimes I wonder if this thing knows I'm rolling like hawks against snakes and hawks against rats and shit.
I know, right?
He flies back up to the rock and he looks down at you guys. All right, y'all made it across the river.
Some of us more easily than others.
I say, ooh, that was rough.
So we have to go back.
Yeah, it was.
Hell no.
That was pretty rough. Not gonna lie. Okay, you guys are grouped up again.
Shall we
Now
wring out our
I'm
clothes real quick?
Yeah, now I'm suggesting you and my ass. We need a short rest or something.
If
I
y'all
don't
take
know
a,
about-
we can just call it a short rest right here at this rock, and everybody just go click short rest, and we can continue, so we can get to this next part, and then we'll call it there for the day.
Yeah, I'm still dry.
Yeah,
Wait, who?
Lucian,
Oh,
he skipped across the
Lucian.
rocks.
Yeah. I just remembered. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah. That was pretty funny, man. Y'all did a good job on that. That was pretty great. I like that. Okay, did everybody click short rest?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
One second.
Yeah, because you're
Alright.
going to need that health, Frank.
Yeah. Give me a second. Clear.
And as soon as he's done with that, everybody roll perception, please.
What'd you say?
Perception.
10.
Pretty much everybody with the perception rolls, even Baltan, you hear squeaks and tweaks in front of you. Anyone over a 10 and over, sees a bat flying in the air. Baltan, you see the blue wisp in front of you.
And I say, it seems like the source is a little bit further ahead.
What does everybody say?
Onward.
Onward. Okay. You need to roll a little bit more perception as we move forward.
There we go.
You are moving forward pretty quick. For those of you over 10, this is what you see. You see more bats in the air above you. Fruit bats. They're flippering around and squeaking. You're starting to see fungus-covered rocks on each side of you that are the same kind of fungus that you're hunting.
And I say, everyone be careful not to touch that. It seems like this is the parasite fungus.
Should we toss salt in front of us to clear a path? Will it infect us through our soles of our shoes?
Yeah, that may be best. So basically, I give everyone some salt.
Okay, sorry, I was muted. So who goes first? Because I thought the salt was a good idea. Sorry.
And I would, listening to y'all's conversation, say, from the way I see it, it affects living tissue only.
It just kind of hangs around everywhere else.
Yes. That's why the skin and antlers remain.
Okay.
So,
Yep.
no throwing of the salt?
No, we should.
Oh,
Okay.
But I don't think we have to worry about it going through our shoes.
I see.
Okay, so what are y'all doing? Are y'all going to proceed?
Me
Yeah,
and
it's just
Merrick
being
go
careful
first.
not to touch it.
Yeah, me and Merrick go first.
Okay, as y'all step forward, to your left, you see a golden tree. It's almost like it's, oh, sorry, not golden, but a copper tree. Almost like the leaves were actually made of real copper themselves. It seems to glow. On your left and right, you see blue trees that seem to shimmer with energy. And dead in the center, you see a deer. This deer is coated in fungus. His head is sticking out of a pod of fungus, and it is braying over and over. All around it, you see baby deer that are starting to grow up quickly.
Gentlemen, we should check this area for the roots that we originally came out here for. See if they go to this tree.
Right now?
We are
If you
here.
want to pull out your dowsing rod, you can check it out where you're at.
I want to pull out and just kind of stick it. So I want to go find like the area where the deer and shit was dead and whatever the shit's fucked up, and just stick that thing in the ground and see if there's a root in there.
Yeah, if you directly below your feet where a bunch of the moss is, you stab it into the ground and you hit something and it vibrates the dowsing rod.
That's the metal. I say.
So, the working hypothesis is that the iron root stems from this tree, this metal copper tree,
Or one like it.
closer to the town.
Who's to say?
Yeah, in front of you, you hear a sound. You hear a pop and a hiss, and the stuff around the deer that's in the center opens, and you see the deer's legs spread wide. A new baby deer slides out.
Oh, that seems natural.
I would quickly say, to know if this relation to the other route, we would have to return to the original route and track it back and see if it leads us here. That's my whole turn.
Yep. This time, the deer that popped out doesn't seem to be acting like the other deer that was the other small deer that had just popped out while it was there. The one that popped out a second ago seems to be normal and is starting to try to walk. The one that just popped out is no longer normal. He's climbing up into the fungus, and the fungus climbs on top of him and starts infecting his skin. He starts to nurse from his mother, who is encased inside of the fungus, and he seems to rip at her flesh while he nurses. She screams in agony.
I think we found the source of the infected deer. It
Yeah.
seems
So
to be
who
some
had-
type of birthing organism.
I want to walk over to whoever has the salt and grab a big handful of it,
Okay?
or ask for it.
Yeah, I handed everybody some before.
Yeah,
Oh, do you? So everyone has some?
yeah, everybody has some. You got a
Okay,
bunch.
so I'm just going to straight up, without saying anything, walk kind of close to them, guy, the mom and the one nursing, and just throw salt on them bitches.
Okay, athletics check to do so. Just to the ones on the center, right? Not the one to your left?
The two that you spoke of right there. The
Yeah.
nursing, yeah, the mom birthing and then the characteristic?
Yeah, correct. The crazy ones in the center.
Is it athletics?
Yep. Or you could roll next, but your athletics check is good. You toss the salt onto the deer. The baby deer's body shields the amount of salt that you toss, but the baby deer falls off of the mother, goes to the ground, squeals, and turns carbon black.
Yeah.
And his skin falls off of his bones, and all of his organs drip out onto the ground.
I look satisfied.
Another deer climbs up onto it and starts doing the same thing, and so does the other one. The other deer seems to be grazing nicely and goes and lays under the tree. You can see as this deer lays down, a swarm of butterflies appear out of the tree.
I roll nature on that.
Yep. You know these as death butterflies. They can actually attack in a swarm. They have a potent poison. They have a resistance to like undead things, but they are very poisonous.
Okay, so I inform the group of that.
No touch. Noted.
Americus, you still have half your salt left.
I want to expend it upon the rest of the deer there.
Okay.
Use athletics.
Yep, that's good. You toss the salt onto them. The two baby deer fall off each to the side and squeal and squirm just like the other ones and fall dead. The one in the center, the moss, retreats off of its body, and when it does, you realize this seems to be a completely healthy deer except for the fact its body is ripped to many, many shreds. The moss and the fungus is what was keeping it alive and making it birth the other deer. It's dead now.
Awesome.
But it's healthy meat. It's not purple.
Ooh.
Okay. You feel a rumble beneath the ground. And you hear creaking and swaying of branches.
I want to go back to the party.
You see a tree step out of the back, and it starts moving forwards.
What the
Is
fuck?
that a trim?
I'll just tell Baltan and Merrick, hey, just take some steps back and see what happens.
Can I roll nature on that tree?
Yes, you can. Merrick takes some steps back. Americus, did you want to take steps back as well? Oh yeah, you said you're going back to the party. That's right. My bad. Nature. Alright, check your text. As the booming hits, another swarm of butterflies flit up out of the tree, glowing with energy to your right.
Would I know that to be something that's dangerous though?
Dangerous to people that don't know how to behave with it. Like, people that know how to speak with it, not so much. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The bats start to flit around towards the center.
Oh yeah, good. Get them fucking butterflies.
The tree takes another step forward. It takes another step forward. Boom.
I will turn and ask Baltan if he can see if those bats are going to be see if they're aware of these butterflies and what they know, like if they're coming to eat them guys or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, nature roll to see if those bats eat those butterflies. And with that roll, you say, but of course, those particular bats do eat those butterflies. The tree steps onto him. His roots sink into the ground around them, and he roots himself in place on top of the mother deer in the center. His branches stretch wide and hang low.
Damn, I haven't heard that reference in a while.
Bats start to roost into his branches. Anything I want to do?
So I'm gonna say to the group that this is a fey tree.
Okay.
Attacker hit. Attacker leave. Starts
Well, of course it's a fake tree.
No, a fey tree.
Okay, all you small town guys, Americus, Lucius, Kirkendall, not Merrick, and Marjorie. All of y'all know Fae as of fairies being magic, and Marjorie, you specifically, think that magic is bad and evil, because magic is what has destroyed our world before. So that's like the common belief.
Well, I do possess some magic.
Yeah, yours is divine magic. We're talking about arcane magic.
All right.
And I say, I've only heard of this in books that I've read in my village, but I don't know much about them.
I'm not attacking.
Where Marjorie screeches, Harry!
It must catch on fire.
Yeah.
Okay, and we will end with this last little scene. Everybody roll perception, please.
We need to move it along. So we can.
7.
Yeah.
Kirkendall don't see shit.
She's
Marjorie,
squatting.
yeah, Marjorie, you don't see this either. Not high enough. Everybody else, this is what you see. From the back area, an unnoticed cave. A giant bat flies out of the mist. It swirls around its wings as it goes up and flies around the top of the tree, circling. It's squeaking and squawking. And from the cave, you see the ground start to move, as if something was burrowing under it, heading directly for the tree. It bursts out, and 2 large hands of fungus grab around the trunk of the tree. The tree takes a few swings at the hands of fungus, and it begins to shake the tree, and the fungus from the hands begin to grow onto the tree. The butterflies take flight. And so do the bats.
Cool.
And that's where we'll end it.
Tell me we survived that.
Oh yeah, it didn't hit, nothing came to hit you.
The encounter hasn't started.
Yeah.